Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Huskers in Enemy Territory. Today, I wanted to speak on the NCAA transfer portal. Um, Initial thoughts is that I'm almost certain that I'm pretty tired with the whole situation. And obviously, it's easy to, say, just being a fan of college football, but I guess just seeing some of my favorite players go away from Nebraska has kind of put, a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth about the whole situation. I mean, obviously, I don't know the whole situation with some of these players. Take for example, like Wandale Robinson going to Kentucky, Luke McCaffrey heading to Louisville. And there's countless other players. J.D. Spielman is another example. He was one of my favorite players. Um, and I guess for me, like I don't know. I just like I said, you can't or you don't know what these kids are going through, right? But at the same time, I just hope that the situation isn't where they're just leaving because sorry, because of whatever, right? Whatever, going like the easy route, right? Um, Wandell Robinson, it seemed like he was more, I want to play in front of my family type of deal. With Luke McCaffrey, um, I don't know, man. I have no idea why he wanted to go to Louisville. I guess overall it's just frustration. You know what I mean? Like, is it the program at Nebraska that's the problem? I mean, is Scott Frost not doing what he needs to do there? I mean, there's a lot of questions that I just feel like aren't going to be answered really until like either a Nebraska becomes a big powerhouse and kids just want to flock to Nebraska and play, no matter what, right? Like in the 90s when I was growing up. Or B, Scott Frost is fired because he can't keep these kids around. You know what I mean? So I know I've kind of went off on a tangent, but um, you know, basically, I just feel like there should be more of a guideline, and maybe there is. I mean, I haven't really, and maybe I should have looked it up more. I guess I'm just voicing my frustrations with the whole transfer portal thing. In all reality, um, um, I hope there's like guidelines where like these kids be like, hey, these are the stipulations, right? That you can transfer. Here's some examples of what you can't do when you transfer. Like I understand, a family member uh, being in trouble or like, a family situation comes up, a coach is fired or a coach leaves for a different school, go ahead, transfer out of that school. I don't see a problem with that. But I mean, if you're just transferring out to because of frustrations of not playing enough playing time or whatever, I mean, I think there's something to be said about sticking around and trying to beat another guy out of the job. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just a huge believer in real hard work, and that's, I guess, one reason why maybe that I'm frustrated with it. And maybe it's two pronged. Maybe I'm frustrated with the fact that some of these kids are transferring out, but at the same time, I'm frustrated with the way things are going with Nebraska. It's just let's see. Last year we were what? Um, 3-3 or 3-5. I think we ended up being last year. So that kind of translates to maybe a 5-7 record or 6-6 record, right? The year before that, 4-8. Year before that, 4-8. Let's see. Um, I think the year before that, Riley was the coach, and he went 4-8. And then the year before that, we were 9-3. And then I don't know. It's just been a lot of frustrating years here with Nebraska. And I guess I don't think I've ever really talked about it with a lot of people, but being that I have post traumatic stress, sometimes I haven't even really wanted to watch some of these football games because it's just stressed me out so much. I don't know. I just maybe I just have really high expectations for Nebraska. I have no idea really. Maybe it's just um, knowing what we had going on in the '90s and seeing what we have now is just frustrating the heck out of me. I just don't really know what to think about a lot of this stuff, and I'll always be a Husker fan. There's no doubt about that. But how do you get excited for a team when the past 4 or 5 years now they've just kind of sucked? You know, um, I really do hope that Scott Frost can turn things around at Nebraska, but as as of right now, I don't know what he's going to do this upcoming year. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I'd always be like, I wonder how many games Nebraska's going to win. And I just like point out to each game that we would win, and basically we'd be undefeated. I don't know how many times I'd be like, we're going to freaking beat everyone on this schedule. And I don't know, maybe it was too big, too good to be true type of deal, where, I had it good during the '90s, and now it's kind of downhill. I almost think of it as like the Dallas Cowboys in a way. If you look at the Dallas Cowboys now, they had all those championships in the '90s, and now it's just like Dallas can't even win a freaking playoff game. So it almost goes hand in hand on these two teams on what they were and what they are now. So Um, I mean, there are a lot of players on Nebraska. I don't want to like downplay it. Like the tight end that came from Iowa, Fedone, um, Garrett Nelson, linebacker, Ty Robinson. He's a defensive end for Nebraska. There's plenty of bright spots on this team. There's a lot of seniors and returning players that are coming back to the squad. So, I mean, Nebraska could potentially be a pretty good team this year, upcoming year. It just the thing that kills Nebraska is the dang turnovers and penalties. If we can just clear that all up, and Adrian Martinez plays not out, he doesn't necessarily have to play a perfect game. I'm just what we need is him to not have turnovers, and that's what's been killing us for the last I don't know how many years with him. I just feel like there's some things that if we just cleared them all up, we could probably be a pretty good team. So overall, my hope I think for the Huskers this year is 6-6, and or I mean I would like to see an 8-4 season. Because I just feel like 6-6 might be not enough, really. Um, I'm just wondering what the AD is thinking. I mean, does Bill Moose think that he picked the wrong guy? I have no idea. But if I could see an 8-4 record, that'd be pretty good. I think that would help Nebraska out a lot. And I think this will probably be the end of my video. I know I was all over the place with the transfer portal and maybe some of the expectations for Nebraska, but I just felt like it was something that I wanted to touch on, especially considering that Luke McCaffrey's news of signing with Louisville came on the on the news docket or whatever you want to call it. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications for future videos. And I will talk to you guys later. And as always, go Big Red.